Hello there, I am Peter Godismo, and I've come to present to you today history. Yes, history. I'm sure you'll be wondering where the history I am going to be giving to you is coming from. The drummings and the music you heard should have given you a clue. Yes, Africa, the history of Africa. Africa of the very many empires even before Christ. I'm talking about Ghana Empire, Mali Empire, Songhai Empire. I'm talking of the empires of the Kanem Borno, of the Temne and the Jollof empires, the Dahomey Empire. And yes, this was the empire that had loads of wealth. Wealth so much untold that the world has never said. Ghana Empire had so much gold that it was reputed that Ghana had its dogs wear gold collars. That is the same Africa. The Africa that Jesus Christ came to, running away from Herod's. The same Africa from where Abraham became very, very blessed, where he made his first wealth. The same Africa where Joseph came and endowed all his father's brothers and Isaac as well with so much untold wealth, saving the world from famine. The same Africa that even the African Simon of Cyrene came and helped Jesus Christ to carry his cross, and therefore was entitled to the rewards of bearing the cross as well. Today, we have so many nationalities all coming together in a new world. And these nationalities, these people, all have a yearning for their culture. They have a song of love. They have a song of expectation of celebrating their cultures. And Africa is no exemption. In all this, people miss wherever they are, however well they are mixed, they miss a bit of just that home quality. Listen to this. I sit in the still of winter's cold, lighten my pipe, the pipe older than I am, and the feel of tobacco still in its color, its taste and pleasure still the same. In my sock and puff, I wade with my pipette staff into past paths, and my feet kissing the sweeping sand. There I saw the boy running home among thatched rotunda, announcing the dressed white ghost. And the people, my people, tumble out from thatch and green to this amazement. Then one spoke, he with the staff and whisk, the coral beaded neck, and the gold bangled wrists, welcoming the dressed white ghost from the past and from the future. His clenched saluting hand struck down as raised, his collar knots taken as poison, his welcome taken for usurpation. There, his pride was swapped for mirrors, and new vestiges removed his purpose. He gave out servants for the dressed white ghost, whose kingship before his king whet the appetite for black human trophies, to see, steal, sell, and slave, dressed in chains and buried naked. The lush-open plains are labored to till, until the earth yields its seed to strong dying hands, and their spirits sang songs in the wind, calling and asking their ancestors what they did wrong, or if they have ever been to the land of the white man, and why they were not told. I sit In the still of winter's cold, smoking my pipe, the pipe older than I am, and the feel of tobacco, the taste and pleasure, still the same. Then the ancestors answered from the pages of tradition, and their spirits, tired from their faraway lands, began a song of life, the song to native beats, releasing spirits of song and dance, wisdom and determination, strength and skill to brighten their paths through generations where Protestant sages wallowed through haunted ages to prove the man in black was not exemption to the dressed wise ghost, now made man, but without black science and the black of science. So, in the spirit's strengths, voices were lost, blood was parted, lives were banished, heroes lived, martyrs made, of blacks fleshed over crimson red blood. Where to be seen, how to be clothed, voice to be heard, chosen to be heard, chosen to be named. In this far, far away land, turned and returned from Nova Scotia, tattered, some back home to lost paths, lost homes, yet some to remain, to nurture a hideous fear and tears to find wandering names for corpses that would not lie still in their graves because they died unsung. Their spirits unburied as ancestors with words unspoken, pointing back to forward row on the hand that clenched the welcome. I sit in the still of winter's cold. My pipe is lit, the pipe older than I am, and the feel of tobacco still in its pleasure, its taste still the same. That was a man who is somewhere from there. How did the Africans feel 1,000, 2,000 years ago? What did they think? And let's bring them all from that time to some time more recent. And I've got a Kobitek, a Ugandan, give us a version of what his wife, Lawino, was saying. I read from his book, Song of Lawino. Lawino says, "It is true or sure, I cannot dance the ballroom dance. Being held so tightly, I feel ashamed. Being held so tightly in public, I cannot do it. It looks shameful to me. They come to the dance, dead drunk. They drink white men's drinks as well as waragi. They close their eyes and they do not sing as they dance. They dance silently like wizards. Each man has a woman, although she is not his wife. They dance inside the house and there is no light. Shamelessly, they hold each other tightly, tightly. They cannot breathe. Women lie on the chest of men. They prick the chest of their men with their breasts. They prick the chest of their men with the cotton nest on their chests. You kiss her on the cheek, as white people do. You kiss her open sore lips, as white people do. You suck slimy saliva from each other's mouths, as white people do. And the lips of men become bloody, with blood dripping from the red-hot lips. Their teeth look as if they've been boxed in the mouth. Women throw their arms around the necks of their partners and put their cheeks on the cheeks of their men. Men hold the waist of the woman tightly, tightly. And as they dance, knees touch knees. And when the music is stopped, men put their hands in their trouser pockets. And there is no respect for relatives. Girls hold their fathers. Boys hold their sisters close. They dance even with their mothers. Modern girls are fierce, like La Beja, the jock of Valero, that captures even the heads of the nephews. They coil around their nephews and lie on the chest of their uncles and break the chest of their brothers with their breasts. And they dress up like white men, as if they are in the white man's country. At the height of the hot season, the progressive and civilized ones put on blanket suits, woolen socks from Europe, long underpants and woolen vests, white shirts. They wear dark glasses and neckties from Europe. Their waterlogged suits drip like tears of the kituba tree after a heavy storm. A version of what Osho must have heard of the culture of understanding from Uganda, from the Ashole tribe. Let's say Lawino once again. She calls her husband, Osho, and she says, Osho tells me that I like dirt. It says shea butter causes skin diseases. It says Ashole adornments are old-fashioned and unhealthy. It says I soil his white shirt if I touch him. My husband treats me as if I am suffering from the don't touch me disease. It says that I make his bed sheets dirty and his bed smelly. Osho says I look extremely ugly when I am fully adorned for the dance. When I walk past my husband, he hisses like a wounded Ororo snake, choking with vengeance. He has vowed that he will never touch my hands again. My husband is in love with Tina, the woman with the large head. Osho dies for Clementine. Osho never sleeps for the beautiful one who has red. When the beautiful one with whom I share my husband returns from cooking, she resembles a chicken that has fallen into a pond. Her hair looks like the python's discarded skin. They cook the hair with hot iron and pull it hard so that it may grow long. Then they rope the hair on wooden pens like a billy goat brought for the sacrifice, struggling to free itself. They fry their hair in boiling oil as if it were locust, and the hair sizzles. It cries aloud in a sharp pan as it is pulled and stretched, and the vigorous and healthy hair, curly, springy, and thick, that glistens in the sunshine, is left listless and dead, like the elephant grass, scorched by the fierce February sun. It lies lifeless, like the sad and dying banana leaves on a hot and windless afternoon. The beautiful woman with whom I share my husband smears black shoe polish on her hair to blacken it, and to make it shine, she washes her hair with black ink. But the thick undergrowth rejects the shoe polish, and the ink, and it remains untouched, yellowish, grayish, like the hair of the gray monkey. Where did the Western culture meet the African culture, as we have here? We had developed cultures, and these cultures were their worldviews, their civilization. And when the Western culture came to meet the African culture, a lot of things could not be understood. Lawino takes on her husband's political ambitions, and she says, he says they are fighting for Uhuru. He says they want independence and peace. And when they meet, they shout, Uhuru! Uhuru! But what is the meaning of Uhuru? He says they want to unite the Ashole and the Lango, And the Mahdi and the Lubara, should they live together in peace? It says the Alo and the Iteso and the Baganda and the Bayankole and the Bayoro should be united together with the Joppa, Dola, and the Toro, and all the tribes should become one people. It says white men must return to their homes because they have brought slave conditions in the country. It says white people tell lies, that they are good at telling lies, like men win women. Osho says they reject the famine relief granaries and the forced labor system. I do not understand the new political parties. They dress differently. They dress in robes, like the Christian diviner priest, but Osho treats his brother as if they are not relatives. Osho puts on a green and white robe and a large flowing robe, and he struts like a bull baboon. He blows the whistle and rings the bell, calling people together at the marketplace. His brother wears a red and black robe. He looks like a judge who condemns people to death. He looks like the male Hariba bird and shouts like a train. He walks majestically like a bull elephant. Clearly, the civilizations of Africa have not met the cultures that were therein. But let me share even this with you. One more of this. This is titled Umashia, from the work A Snake in the King's Palace. Clouds, clouds, and clouds again. Thunderclaps boom and lightning cackles loud. The overcast, squeezed flooding tears, cascading transformations of veiled vendetta. I run, tumbling and running towards tolling bells, taking their toll, and taking my time and toil. The shrieks and drowning yells find harmony discordant and dreading. A fateful streak for stick, a deadly wish from a devil's wen. My hollow robes in knotted twitch, muzzles serumed in inertia, a frenzied will in shock shut eyes, a panic spirit dying to leave. These are just tales of poetry from the beginning. We will find more poetry in the next segment that tells of where we are as a people. Thank you.